Capriccio!
Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Cho Super Hyper Podcast, where we cover this most recent week's episodes of Superhero Time. This is Super Blastex, as always, and this week, for a change, I thought we're joined by...
Hi, my name is Toku Tony.
Gotcha. He's actually been here all the time.
Yeah, the whole time.
He's always here.
Forever.
So this week, we're going to get into the craziness going on with Geats, getting real close to Endgame. King-Ohger is really different for a Sentai. But we're also going to talk a little bit about that Power Ranger special that came out.
Yeah.
I want to do a proper reaction to that with Andrew from Best of the Rest podcast and Nito, who I talked with about Zyuohger. And we can get Toku Tony in that one too because he saw it. But the three of us, the three I mentioned before, we grew up with Power Rangers, so that special sort of meant I don't want to say more to us. Yeah, I'm gonna say more to us.
Yeah, definitely more to
Toku Tony.
Yeah. I didn't grow up with Power Rangers.
But for that reason, because I want to do a bigger full length one, we're just gonna kind of touch on it a little bit today.
Just a little bit.
Maybe. I mean, if you can't make the other discussion, Toku Tony, you can air
my thoughts on this.
On this MMPR reunion special thing.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
But before we get into that, even I didn't get any pictures for that, so yeah, we're just gonna talk real quick about it. Before we get to that, we're gonna cover your last week. How'd it go? How was your last week?
Boring. Not too much stuff happening. There was a few things that did happen. I was able to buy some Shin Kamen Rider tickets.
Finally,
I've been waiting 3 weeks for this.
This has been an ordeal.
Yes. Whenever they first popped up on sale, the 3 movie theaters in Houston that were showing them, we just couldn't get a seat. We were debating which one because we thought it was just going to be just the 3. So we were trying to figure out which one to go to. We decided on one, and when we went to go buy the tickets that very first time, whenever they showed up, kept on telling us, change your seats. Redo your tickets. Redo this and that.
Yeah, there was an error going on, and everybody was getting that.
Yeah, everyone.
Literally the whole country.
So we had to wait every couple of days. I'd get a text from Blastex, hey, check it again. And then I check it, and then it would still be that error pop-up, but this time it would be showing more than the 3 theaters that we originally got. Right now, I think it's up to 12 or 13 theaters.
Again, it showed more?
Yeah.
Huh. Have you checked our theaters to see if more people filled it up?
I have, and it's just the same 3.
Okay. So 6?
6, yeah.
Okay.
So for our theater, our local theater, there's it's probably sensitive information. Whatever. There's 13 other theaters in Houston, but there's only 3 other people that are going to the Shin Kamen Rider.
Here's the other thing: the one we're going to, you used to work at, so you should know what house we're getting in. The theater. And what did you say about the theater we're getting?
So the theater we're getting right now is going to be the smaller one. It's theater 3, which is usually reserved for the movies that are dying at the end of their cycle, or for the international movies and the Fathom event stuff. It's a smaller theater. They don't really expect people from our area to go see these events, so they just rent out that one.
I don't. Yeah.
Because whenever we had the other anime events when I was working there, we would always get theater 1. For all the anime events, like the Princess Mononoke one, theater 1 for that one on a Sunday.
Suzune's not on there either. Huh? Suzune?
It was there. The poster was there.
Yeah, but not number 1.
No, not number 1.
That belongs to the big boy.
The animes, the anime movies.
I was saying theater 1 is Mario. I wasn't being weird. Mario's a big boy.
Mario's a big boy. I was gonna say the other anime movies that we got before in the movie theater were My Hero, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Princess Mononoke.
What about we got Your Name here too, didn't we?
We got Your Name, but it wasn't in theater 1. Your Name was in theater 3, I believe. Same one.
Okay. I have a question after you explain the movie stuff here.
All right. Yeah, the theater 3 is not a super huge theater. It's one of the better theaters if you want like a really close experience to like the screen and everything. I'm not sure if I want to still go with that vibe because usually we go to AMC, the big AMC that we always go to.
We don't usually go there.
The last 3 movies that I saw were there.
No, they weren't.
Were they not?
You saw Mario here with us.
That's right.
And Mario was definitely the last movie you saw.
Yeah, it's been a while, but
me too.
I like I do like usually going to the AMC that we have there, just because it's a better theater. Just because the seats suck. Our local theater, I'll hand it to them. Our seats are like the best.
I'll get into that.
It's like a hidden gem, for our theater.
Because they have loungers.
Yeah, for every theater.
Every theater has lounge chairs that have the recline feature.
But you see, that was one of the things that whenever I worked there, I was part of the maintenance crew. So I would have to repair those seats all the gosh darn time, and I'd have to bring the extra seats from the upstairs to the downstairs. Usually through the stairs or through the service elevator. That sucked. Having to install, take out all those seats, repair all the wiring and all that. But it's good because people still come to the theater and it's really nice. I'm really excited for this movie. I'm glad that we got tickets now that it's not like blowing up per se, because the official date to get tickets was May the 5th, and the movie is going to come out on May the 31st. Even though I got my tickets early, I still think there's going to be a lot of people buying tickets on May the 5th. Hopefully.
May the 5th be with you.
It's Return of the 5th.
No, it's 5th de Mayo.
Oh, that's right.
You
damn it.
Non-Mexican.
God damn it.
You're Mexican, right?
Oh, I'm so brown.
It's 5th de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. It's embarrassing. I'm so brown.
I got nothing. Okay. I'm not going to say anything else.
What do you mean?
I was going to say I have nothing to do with your nationality, but it kind of does.
It super does.
But you're from here.
Yeah, I'm from here.
But your blood is...
It's in the dirt of Mexico. Not in a negative way.
See, yeah.
But in like
You're giving people ammo.
I know, but...
You said your blood was dirt.
But goddamn it, my grandpa is native. My grandpa's like straight up native Mexican. He's like almost 100%. And my dad is like not at all. And you can't really see it in my face. But I'm just like super brown. And when I tan, I get red. But that's like every brown person. So like no way of proving this.
Apparently, I've been working a bunch of schools, right?
Right.
I went to one for 3 days straight. I really liked it a lot. I was getting comfortable with the people and everything there. But 2 different times, 2 different kids have asked me and assumed that I was Italian.
Yeah, no, I get that.
You think I look Italian?
I think the kids that
Thought that.
Yeah, I think the kids that thought that for our area, we don't have many Italians here. I think the people that they see on the internet as Italian, you give off that vibe.
A stromboli, hey! I can say that because I look Italian.
That's bullets right there for the fire.
No, I can say that because I look Italian.
That's ammo.
So the thing I was going to ask, it was like a tangent thing.
Yeah, about the movies.
There's these 2 movies that came out recently, anime movies on Crunchyroll. I'm sure you've heard of them. The You I Knew Before, and the You I Knew Before, and the You I Met Last Time, something like that.
Excuse me?
But it's 2 anime like love drama movies, and they're connected. One's hued blue and the other one's hued like pink or red. The idea is that you watch them both, but the order you watch them in will give you a different ending.
Yes, I did hear about that.
You've heard like on TikTok and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of want to watch it just because I like that kind of social experiment type thing. I kind of got spoiled to which order you should watch them to get what kind of ending.
Damn, really?
But the ending I wanted to... the order I wanted to watch it was the one I wanted anyway.
It's by the same people. It's by the same people that did. It's by the same people that did Weathering with You, right? And Your Name.
I don't know. Nah, I hope not, because those were huge and those got theatrical releases. These should not just be dumped on Crunchyroll.
Did I say Your Name? For
no,
theaters?
You did not say Super Blastics.
Did I say the movie Your Name as one of the movies that came to my theater?
I did.
Because it was, and it was. I watched it. It was great.
Yeah, I saw that too.
My God.
I saw that at AMC.
Oh, hey.
But I do want to watch Suzune as well. Eventually, I want to watch that and Dungeons and Dragons.
To Every You I've Loved Before.
And
can't see it. To Every You
I've loved before.
And
Omomomo.
and omomomomomomomomo. Let's see if I go to the directors. Jun Matsumoto
Is the
director of this film.
okay?
He has not done anything since.
Please, I just want to know the name of the other.
I know.
Please.
It's
I have my phone here too. I just
Jesus Christ. They list him as the director, but his other works aren't in his IMDb. Are you effing kidding me? Oh, I have it right here. To Every You I've Loved Before.
we know that one.
God damn it! Just let me finish. And to the celerity me who loved you. Celerity? Am I stupid?
To Every You I've Loved Before
We know that one.
is. I gotta do it a third time. To the only you who loved no. To Every You I Loved Before.
And
To the only me who loved you.
so what? To the solitarity me who loved you.
I don't know what you're saying.
This is the other one.
It's To Every You I've Loved Before and To Me the One Who Loved You. Those are the two.
Oh, it sure is to the me who.
Yeah.
What the fuck? IMDb, you gotta fix your shit.
I'm gonna give you a headlock.
I bet you do.
Huh?
I bet you want to.
Mm-hmm. So what else did you do last week?
Well, I bought the tickets. I saw the Power Rangers special.
Okay, sure. Let's do that now.
Wait, wasn't there something in between? I'm trying to remember the stuff I did this week. It was kind of a boring week.
Pop, 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 boom.
You remember what I did? What I said before we started?
Because
there was a third thing I was gonna say.
No.
Shin Kamen Rider movies. Oh, that's right. I had a baby.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Totally went over my mind.
You know what else that you mentioned before?
What?
That I can't help but notice is not was the Asahi.
Oh, hey. So we still have those 0 alcohol Asahis. Crack one open with the cold ones. Crack a cold one with the boys. God damn. I am stupid. Like in the brain.
No, you're just new.
I'm just. What do you mean?
You just had a baby.
Oh, that's right. I want to keep that going, dude. I just had a baby.
You had a baby?
Yeah, I just had a baby. Beautiful baby brown daughter. Anyways.
Hold on. Let's do the MMPR reunion thing.
Okay. Do you want
a little bit?
Do you want that Asahi?
Should we? It's not gonna do anything.
No, it's not gonna do anything. But
it's alcohol free.
But it is something for the. I don't know what that sound effect was, but it sounded cool.
Then tequila, margarita, mojito with lime.
Oh, that I
Sweet mimosa, pina colada.
yeah, I'm gonna get him. That
I'm
reminds
drunk
me
on alcoholic beer.
for like our little things that we could do beforehand. We could do Wordle. Wordle.
We can like do a Wordle live.
That would be cool.
Copyright struck in real life.
No,
In
Wordle.
real time. So he left. He didn't say bye or anything or hold on. He just up and walked out my room. And I'm just here now. I wasn't
Ugh.
like singing. Yeah, I was. But I wasn't singing because he left. I did it before
Jesus Christ.
he left. He brought the whole thing like he's going to drink one. All right. Bottoms up, dries out. Dry zero, bottoms up. Alcohol 0.0.
Bums out, tops up.
That's another lyric from Alcohol Free. 0.0. Dayun.
Here, I'm gonna do it to the mic. God, it smells like shit.
Dry. Okay.
Super dry.
I do like that a lot.
That's why I got him. I know you like Asahi.
I love Asahi.
Yeah. For Christmas, little
Oh yeah.
fun fact.
But finish with the happy ending.
for Christmas, I got you a Metal Asahi poster.
And it's super nice, I promise.
It's super nice.
It's really cool looking. And then the story ended.
And then the story ended right there. So let's get into the MMPR.
I haven't put it up yet. Okay.
Okay.
That's why. It's being.
In his fucking closet. I mean, I got it for him, and it looks really dope.
It's metal.
It's metal too.
Like no.
Actually, there was another thing I was gonna suggest, just for like a side thing that we do sometimes.
Yeah.
We could just do like casual talks like this while we're doing like video game stuff, like Othello.
Yeah.
Which might not get that many views, but at least it's like something else.
Renegade,
right? Renegade on the channel, because maybe sometimes, even though we always talk Toku, let's talk Toku. Shout out. We could just play games.
Yeah.
Talk about our civilian lives. Possibly.
So this past week I recorded on Monday. We uploaded on Tuesday. Yeah, I've just been working. One of my days last week I was an art teacher and it was really fantastic.
Wow, that's awesome.
My favorite day so far. I subbed for an art teacher and I taught all the kiddos how to draw. I had every grade of kiddo. I had kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, at that school.
That's so cool.
I don't know why I didn't see fifth. But there is fifth at that school.
First through fifth?
Anyway, yeah. Well, kinder through fourth, excuse me. Taught them how to draw Mario and Kirby, Goku.
That's so cool.
Luigi. I was very happy. And I had them all call me Mr. Mario.
Nice.
Mario is like huge at schools now. I'm seeing it everywhere. Not that it never was, but because I used to teach kids, oh man, years ago, like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
And back then I did see a lot of, Mario backpacks, shirts, whatever. But a lot of times they didn't really. It was kind of because it was there, but now everybody's singing Peaches. Everybody's always talking about Mario. I have heard, separate from them thinking I'm Italian, I have heard kids a lot say that I do look like Mario, which it breaks me every time.
I bet, dude. I bet that. Oh man, I want to get that reaction on camera. Wow, that's awesome.
But yeah. Oh, and I have them call me Mr. Mario. I said that already.
Yeah.
But every time they do that, that also breaks me. It's Mario. Great.
Man, that oh god, that hurts my heart right now.
Why?
It's just because that's awesome.
Oh.
That's so fucking cool.
Um.
Because obviously you love Mario.
So on Friday, after I got out of work, I went to pick up my little sister, who is 8,
Yes.
9. Oh boy. I think it was.
She's 8.
Yeah. So when did they become 10?
I only know that she's 8 because of the age gap between me and our niece.
Oh, what's the age gap between you and niece?
8 years. Just like the age gap between me and Omar is 8 years.
So you and Jaylene is 8 years.
Right.
Which is the same as
Me and Nani.
Yeah.
Right.
So how old are you?
22.
22.
Me and Joss are 8 years.
What about you and Jaylene?
Like 10? 12?
You said what? Ah!
I only know that she's 8 because of the distance.
Between you and Jaylene.
Right.
What's the difference?
Like 12 years?
You said 8. So 10. She's 10 years old?
No.
Oh,
it's yeah, it's 14 because that's how I remember. Because everything's 8. Me and Jaylene, 14 years apart. Me and Joss, 8 years apart. Me and Omar, 8 years apart.
Okay, so 14.
Yeah, 14 years
You're
ago.
22, 14 minus 8. Yeah, she said they're going to turn 9. Okay.
Right. That's how I remember that.
If any of the family listens to this, I'm so sorry. I'm drinking alcohol-free beer. I can't think straight.
I got quick maths.
After class, after I worked on Friday, I went to pick her and my stepsister, which is her sister, up to go see Mario. The Mario movie again. So that was my third time watching it. They hadn't seen it yet. They really liked it. My little sister, she really, really, really liked it. She obviously knows that I like Mario and everything, so
awesome.
she knew I liked it a lot. But the next day on Saturday, all day, she sent me YouTube shorts of the Peaches song.
That's awesome.
So many. I mean, it was like she looked on the sound and just looked for the videos that were using that sound. And she was just getting those and sending them all to me.
That's awesome.
Which was cool because I actually had one that my friend made that I was able to send her too. The also used the Peaches sound effect, but my friend made it with the Animal Crossing characters, which is great. It was hilarious. Check it out. I made a post on my channel, I think. Check that out.
I heard it.
So that was fun. Of course, I loved the Mario movie. And then Saturday night with the family, we made pizzas.
We did make pizzas. How did I forget about that? Yeah.
Well, I made our own personal pizzas. It was fun. We all were in the kitchen together and everything. It was a fun time. And then Sunday, my mom still hadn't seen the Mario movie, so guess what? I picked up my little sister and my niece again.
Guess what?
My niece and my little sister again. And my mom, and we all went to watch Mario again. So that was my 4th time watching it. I've seen the Mario movie 4 times now.
That's awesome.
That's a lot. And I don't know if I'm done yet. Maybe. But that's too much, right?
No.
I think it is.
Did you know how many times I saw Uncut Gems?
You have Uncut Gem posters in your room, that's right.
I don't.
Okay.
You know how many times I saw...
That's when you worked at the movie theater, though.
Yeah, that's true. I saw Rocket Man. I saw Rocket Man so much.
That's terrible.
I got suspended for it. I saw Rocket Man so much. I got a 2-week suspension with no pay.
That's why you were suspended?
Yes.
Why?
Because they couldn't find me for 2 hours because I was watching Rocket Man over and over and over again.
Why?
It was such a good movie.
Taron Egerton?
Yeah, Taron Egerton.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Taron Egerton.
Okay.
Taron? Oh, that's
I guess I haven't seen that.
so good.
And yeah, we did that. That was fun. But yeah, the special Power Rangers thing, once and always, which is a reference to their little catchphrase they would say sometimes in the show. Once a ranger, always a ranger.
Uh-huh.
So it felt very fitting that this one was called Once and Always. It's 30 years later in the Power Rangers franchise. It came out April 19th on Netflix. We watched it, and without spoilers, Toku Tony,
Yes.
I want you to give your immediate first impression. Like when you started it, not even at the end. When you started it.
When I started it?
Oh, preface with, sorry, this is so unprofessional. I want to hear a little bit of your background on Power Rangers.
Okay.
Period. So that we can get an idea of where your mindset was before watching it.
Because obviously we're in the Toku space, but we were introduced to it through Power Rangers. Growing up, I didn't watch any Power Rangers. That phenomenon of MMPR was before my time, but not so much as it was like dying or like declining heavily like how it is now. When I was growing up, I didn't have that many chances to watch it because it was switching stations from Disney to, or from Fox to Disney. The Fox channel, the Disney channel.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really my jam, but I remember you watching it. I know you and our brother used to love it.
But you didn't know that we would watch it. Because we watched it a lot before you existed, before you were an idea.
Right. I didn't know any of that. I just knew that you liked it and that Omar liked it and that we had the toys here, like always. We had the mechs. We had Power Ranger Space, Power Ranger Lost Galaxy, the mech, the big old rocket ship.
No, yeah, not Lost Galaxy, in space.
In space. But I didn't watch any Power Rangers up until Samurai, whenever Samurai started airing. I watched that probably halfway through. Didn't really care much for it at the time. And then I stopped watching it. I didn't have it wasn't a huge influence on me growing up, just like in the stuff I watched. But you having watched it influenced my taste in the stuff I viewed.
So Samurai was 2011.
Right. That was the first.
It was 12 years ago. So you were 10.
Yeah, I was 10 years old.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That was basically the age group for that.
Yeah. It just didn't really catch me at the moment. I wasn't like super invested. I didn't understand the whole Japanese setting, even though beforehand I had watched like a bunch of anime. That was like my introduction to Japan stuff, anime.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Power Rangers. We had the a disc, a movie of like Forever Red.
Yeah.
A Wild Force episode, some Lost in Space episode. It was like that bundle, and that was like my extensive knowledge on it. I didn't go seek it. I didn't like learn the people about it or anything. So I was going into this pretty much with the mindset of this is something really important to my brothers, but it's not really my like in my heart.
Not really your brothers, because Omiro,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't keep up with it at all, and I didn't either. You're gonna hear more about my relationship with MMPR. Sorry, you're gonna hear more about my relationship with MMPR when I do that episode on Once and Always with my other buddies.
Right.
But I didn't stick to Power Rangers that long.
Uh-huh.
And I never really came back. But I was gonna ask you,
Yes.
when did you become aware of it being from a Japanese? It was me, right? That showed you that.
It was you. I don't remember which season. Because I watched Samurai. Then after that, I didn't really watch any of the other seasons. I was always on Cartoon Network, watching those shows that were amazing. But I didn't really catch Power Rangers all that much. I remember it was after you had come back from California. Whenever you first
makes sense
told me about Super Sentai. That was really like a soft introduction. You just told me, hey, like, do you know that Power Rangers is from Japan? Yeah, you were obviously my first contact with tokusatsu. And it didn't really faze me that much that Power Rangers was Japanese. Because it just seemed that was like their thing. It just seemed right that translated into that. When was I was like 15, 14. Whenever we wanted to watch the ongoing Power Rangers that was going on at the time.
I came back in 2013. No, because that would have been like Megaforce or Super Megaforce. And I think I maybe wanted to see that just to see how it compared to Gokaiger. But I don't remember trying to watch it actively. What was after? Oh, Dino Charge was after. Yeah, I did want to watch Dino Charge
because
live.
I do remember when Dino Charge came out, you were telling me about it.
Yeah, because I'd seen Kyo-Yuger.
Right.
And that's my favorite season.
But I didn't get into the Power Ranger stuff. But you were always telling me this is whatever. The good stuff is in Japan.
Yeah. So you don't really have at all nostalgia goggles for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or Power Rangers in general.
Right. Especially for MMPR.
You didn't live through that era. I definitely lived through that. Power Rangers was the hottest shit era.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The phenomenon was way before my time.
Yeah. Yeah. So if that was 10 years ago or 12 years ago. So yeah, it was like 18, 20 years before Samurai, which is where you're kind of first started watching it.
Right.
What did you think first impressions of this special, Once and Always?
Oh, man. Oh, my God. Not positive.
Not positive, he says.
God damn it, not positive. I'm not trying to hate on it, even though I am, but I didn't come in with the nostalgia of like, oh my God, I'm seeing these people again that are like from my childhood.
Yeah.
So seeing them as adults, acting as adults, professional actors, it was bad. Just for me. Obviously I knew what happens to the actors in real life. The character Trini Kwan, I knew what happened to her growing up, and how they dealt with her character in the movie. Is that disrespectful?
I don't think so.
No, you don't think
Why?
so? Not to spoil anything about the movie. She's not in it.
Yeah.
And there's a huge reason for why she's not in it.
Yeah.
But not for why Tommy's not in it.
This was filmed before all that stuff happened with JDF.
Right. But he wasn't included in the project. And the original Pink Ranger wasn't included in the project either.
There's behind the scenes stuff for that.
Is there?
Basically, Amy Jo Johnson didn't get what she asked for in terms of compensation.
Oh, I see.
And it just would not have, the schedules and everything didn't line up for her. Austin St. John, Jason,
Yeah.
he was facing serious legal troubles.
Serious.
And I think that happened even after this was filmed, but I don't know. Stuff's kind of shady with what's going on over there. And then Jason David Frank, Tommy, he declined outright. He didn't want to do it. He was done with the
Right.
franchise, and he'd been on the outs with the franchise for a while now. He'd been wanting to leave on his own terms and everything, and he was growing out of it to do his own Shadow of the White Dragon thing,
Right.
which is like his own, like completely owned by him, I think, project. So there was a reason why those three weren't in there. Yeah.
Without any spoilers, the whole movie itself, I think everyone should watch. If you're not a fan of Power Rangers, and definitely if you are a mega fan from the 90s, you should definitely see this. But overall, I want my money back for the ticket I didn't pay.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm trying real hard not to trash it, even though when I stopped the movie, or when I started the movie, about 20 minutes in, I had to take a break. Just because of everything that was happening in the movie. I just couldn't believe that this is like real.
Yeah.
This is like actually happening in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, everyone should watch it. Everyone needs to experience this movie. Because in my mind, it's as if they're back in the 90s. As if the way that they acted and like the way the story went and all that, it was like that 90s nostalgia acting and storytelling. In my opinion. Obviously, I wasn't there for that and I didn't experience that at the time, but that was the feeling that I got from it. The end of the movie had me pretty satisfied, actually. I liked the ending more than anything. Just because it was like...
Over?
No. No. Half yes. But just because it was like... It was an uplifting note. It was like a good ending for everything. And it was very, very heartfelt. And that's what I appreciate about it.
Oh, you mean specifically that?
Yeah, specifically that ending.
Scene?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It was very heartfelt and it was very like thank you to the fans.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't grow up with it, so it didn't impact me as much.
Yeah.
But I understood the meaning.
Yeah, I don't want to get super into it. And I think I gotta watch it again anyway. I was really, really, really looking forward to this special.
I know.
I was excited to see David Yost and Walter Emmanuel Jones come back.
Leading roles.
Yeah, they kind of carried the movie. I need to watch it again. I keep seeing so much praise for this. It feels like I watched something different.
There's praise for this movie?
Dude, people love the MMPR fans loved the way this came out.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
And some of these people are also big into Sentai too, so I don't super get it.
I can see the camp.
I think a lot of it wasn't camp though. They took it so seriously.
Dude, okay. So that was the thing. I thought it was camp, but the way that they were acting made it seem like it was super serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is how I perceive the 90s as. I don't know if that's how it really was, but that's just how I perceive it as someone that didn't grow up in that time.
To that, I'll add, I believe that this Once and Always special was very Power Rangers.
Yes, it was
I think it fit the tone of the original series. I think it did what it had to do. And what happened was, in my showing, we saw 2 random episodes of MMPR before watching this.
Oh, that's right.
Because it helped get us into the mood of, oh yeah, this is what we're celebrating. This is what the episodes were like. Woof. Wow, woof. But we were laughing, having a good time. When we put on Once and Always, it shocked me that it was the same kind of thing.
Right.
It felt like it should have been elevated. But even before this, I was talking to Andrew. Before this aired, this might even be in our little discussion video here on the channel. I had mentioned, or maybe he did, it's going to be Power Rangers.
Right.
It's going to be a Power Rangers product. And sure enough, I don't know why I'm shocked. It is a Power Rangers product. Yeah, it is what it was going to be. And it turns out maybe I didn't like it.
That's rough.
We'll see. Again, I gotta watch it again. I plan on watching it again before I have that podcast discussion thing. And if we can get you in, we'll get you in too.
I think maybe that is like an outsider's perspective for me.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, I did not enjoy the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I did not get that nostalgia goggles feeling from it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even care for the characters that were in it that came back.
Yeah.
Or that made appearances. This movie, just so that you know, and the people that are listening know, this movie was not made for me.
No.
It was not made for me. And I understand that, and I understood that going into it. That being said, I did not enjoy the movie as a movie that anyone that doesn't know Power Rangers could watch.
Omar shocked me when we were watching the original episodes because he thought that Jason, Zach, and Trini were after Rocky, Aisha, and Adam.
What? Really?
Because he had thought the movie was all of the original red, yellow, black, blue, pink, and white. Omar really does not remember anything from Power Rangers back in the day.
Wow.
But the fact that he actually thought that Jason and Zach and Trini were the second ones, because he didn't know what order, he just didn't know.
Right.
Because of the movie. That was eye-opening to me. Because, other casual people also have, their own perceptions of this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Us being so deep into it, I don't know if you know even what I'm talking about. You don't.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Me being so deep into this, that's sort of just no knowledge that Jason, Trini, and Zach left the show,
right?
Because they weren't getting paid, and they transferred their powers to Rocky, Aisha, and Adam.
Mm-hmm.
And Aisha and Adam were in the special.
Right.
They were like space.
Yeah, they
people
were
or whatever.
in space.
Or SPA, whatever. And then Rocky was on the team. And then Catherine also,
mm-hmm.
she got the power from Kimberly,
right, in
the original continuity of the show, because that's when she left the show.
Mm-hmm.
But she was in the Turbo movie, not the first movie. Either way, yeah, that special was something, and I'll get into it later with more thoughts on it. But
it was something special.
I think I needed time to marinate it, and again, I also need to watch it again. So we'll see what happens.
People praise that movie.
Yeah, like
Well,
like it's high cinema.
like it's Passion of the Christ.
No. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Passion of the Christ reference?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Woo! Let's move on to why we're here.
Why are we here?
Show superhero time.
Superhero time. Crazy transition.
Yeah.
Let's not negative overall, but just go watch the damn movie. Go watch it. Please go watch it.
I don't think you should watch it.
I think everyone should watch it.
I don't think so. But if you,
it's so Power Rangers.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like everyone should watch it. If you want MMPR, that's MMPR. You gotta watch it.
Felt like a Lifetime movie. Anyway.
Oh wow.
Let's move on to the episodes.
Superhero time.
All right. First up was Geats.
Yep. Geats number 32.
And the last time we were here, Tanuki just lost.
Yes.
Geats is sort of stuck because he found out his mom is that Desire-T and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Buffa comes to brag that he just took out Tanuki. So they get into a little scuffle. Ooh, scuffa. Buffa scuffa.
Buffa scuffa.
And that's, Archimedo shows up and he never liked Buffa because he was a Kamen Rider, and he just wants the Jamato to win and everything. He transforms into a monster because he can now because he got eaten. Zine shows up. He's back. He's tired of seeing Geats sort of stuck ass.
Yeah, be gloomy and droomy all the time.
Yeah, he's not winning. So he gets his gun back and henshins into this suit again. I thought we'd never see it, but good on you for not being revised.
Here we are.
So yeah, he's fighting Archimedo, and the Society basically calls everybody back, and Archimedo leaves, and we find out that he's going to be rebelling against Baroba even, because Baroba is sponsoring a Kamen Rider, and this dude does not like any Kamen Riders.
Right.
He wants it to be a Jamato world.
He solely loves the Jamato.
So after Zine comes and rescues Geats, we kind of get a little bit of a background more into the past Desire games, like in the Roman times and everything. Wasn't always for a wish. It used to be for this coin that people would get.
Yeah.
And then eventually it became for a wish to change the world.
After the previous navigator, Geats' mom, became the Desire-T, the goddess of creation. With that power, they were able to amp up the stakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that also put people's lives in jeopardy and everything.
Right. So now you risk your life to be the Desire-T, to risk to change the world.
Yeah. So Zine is still Geats' sponsor, so he gets him the boost buckle, and Geats goes to talk to Niram. And Niram Zine tells Geats, you can actually, once you ask for yourself how she is, you can do it with the vision driver?
Yeah, the vision driver.
So Geats goes to Niram and says, hey, let me borrow that driver. I gotta go talk to my mom. And Niram's like, no. He basically tells him, it's a give and take around here. Go get the one that was stolen. The one that is with Baroba right now, Baroba and Buffa. So he goes and does that.
Niram kind of being salty about this whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
His character's been weird lately.
He's like Juga, where he'll be good or bad. Who cares?
Right.
So right after Geats leaves, Timefire asks to speak with Niram. And Timefire is upset that his plans are not working, or Baroba's messing him up and everything. And Neram's like lackadaisical about it because his plan is when he gets the other driver back, he's going to up and out this world, basically take the GDP away from this time period world thing.
A grand reset.
Yeah, so he's gonna reset the world and set it back to how it was, and the Desire Grand Prix is not gonna be here anymore at all. That's his plan. So that's what he's gonna try to do. Here, I don't know. We just flirting between
Baroba and Buffa.
Not even, but between them, Baroba is flirting with Buffa.
He's just so because Baroba obviously dressed him.
Yeah.
So like she's like making him more her type. She picked him specifically because he's a loser. Specifically because he's a loser. Buffa says, "You picked me because you wanted to watch me suffer. You like watching me suffer, right?" Buffa says, "No, I just hated these winners being so happy all the time. So I wanted to get a loser up on top." And that pretty much just sums up Buffa and Baroba's relationship right here.
So Buffa goes and he appears before Slender Man.
That's a good picture.
Oh no, wait, Ace.
Before that, there was 4 different shots of Buffa walking down the hallway.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was awesome.
So yeah, they get Henshin and they have this cool fight scene. It's a pretty good fight scene.
Yeah, this is one of the better Buffa Geats fights.
Yeah, and it is short though.
Yeah, it was pretty short. That first slide, it was sort of a counterattack. Geats using Buffa's sword against him, which he has done before, but he has done that before. But it's just way cooler right here since they're in such a more close quarters.
Yeah, the practical sparks always help everything. And yeah, it's a cool part where Buffa grabs or catches Geats in the air, slams him down. That's how he defeats Geats. Or so he thinks, because Geats has his magnum trigger unhinged. He shoots the belt out of Buffa's hands, and there it is. He takes
it. Finally.
It's not Beyond Driver?
No, it's the Vision Driver.
What's Beyond Driver?
The Beyond Driver is
That's Zeo?
That's Woz.
Yeah, Zeo.
Oh yeah.
Was.
Yeah, Zeo was.
Okay. Anyway, he gets the belt and he goes. Oh, this is just a shot of Buffa
being all salty,
losing. Yeah. So he goes to the goddess and he talks to her. She doesn't answer.
You don't talk back. And
that's when Neram shows up, and he's ready to get the belt back because he wants to leave. And he's just being real cocky about it. Geats is upset because he finds out. He comes to the conclusion here that they sort of turned her into this against her will. This is not what she wanted. He says the statue cries.
Yeah. The statue like wails in vibrations,
and that is why I got this shot, because you can see the tears in Ace's eyes.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen Ace cry.
Yeah, and then Neram evolves into Glazer Donut.
Glazed donut.
I think it's glazed donut. Leaving Ace no choice but to Henshin. The game is still going on.
Hell yeah.
So they're still trying to get to the dots and all that. And we can see there in the back, Tanuki's sister. The little kid that she's like watching. So their fight comes out to the streets. We see, you know what? Actually, yeah, they should have just fought in that empty space.
It was very X-Aid like. Whenever they switched stages, it was very much like that transition. They transitioned from the stage where they were at before to this out in the open. It like transitioned up like a slideshow. Very much X-Aid like.
Yeah,
it looked really cool.
So basically, he's flossing him. Geats is not really doing much to him.
He has no chance.
He's getting rocked, and Neram actually knocks Geats into the hole, that just goes on forever and ever and ever.
Oh, this hole is none like the ones that we've seen before.
No. And Zine pops up again because Geats really needs that gun to A, handle the boost power up, and B, have electric feet.
Use
So he can
gravity.
actually stand and walk on the side of the hole. And then Glazed Donut has the little platforms he can make.
Yeah, with his shoulders.
So that's how they're fighting perpendicular to each other. Geats is horizontal and Glazed Donut is vertical.
I love whenever they do this with the gravity, the little change in like where they're standing in the fight. It's so cool. Earlier on in this episode, Zine used it against Archimetal. Whenever he was henshined as a Jamato, he did like a over here, like tapping on his shoulder thing, and Zine was standing on Archimetal's sword upside down, like using the sword as a platform to stand on upside down. It looked super cool. And I love when they use the gravity powers like how Geats uses right here in this infinitely falling down hole.
Yeah.
Looks good.
So that's when Buffa shows up to be an asshole. We have this cool shot of Geats and Niram about to clash, do their final moves.
There you go. I was gonna say that.
Their finishers.
Yeah, do their final flashes.
And that's when Buffa does his little final move, and he actually grabs both of these guys and drags them down to bubbles. So Ace loses, Niram loses. You can see their belts and the gun get left over. Also, the Desire announces that vibrant colors.
Yeah, Hell is dyed in all vibrant colors.
And everybody falls except for one. Oh, yeah, returns the bubbles. Except for that one circle over there, which is Tanuki's sister.
Which is black.
And yeah, they're in a black circle.
Did you see that before? Whenever all the people were falling before that? That schoolgirl is doubled.
Where? Oh, look at that. Cool.
Because I was trying to look for the schoolgirl that we saw last time that pushed that salaryman into the hole.
Yeah.
And all I found was two of the same girl in the same time.
Wow, yeah, she only had one. Okay.
One little character moment.
That was weird because she said, I will be the last one.
Yeah.
They're not like they were going to do anything with that anyway.
Those holes.
And then
those
the fake
2-inch holes.
society crumbles.
That was scary.
Yeah, see, look, you can see the end.
Yeah, there's 2-inch holes right there.
No. The end of the hole.
Yeah.
Unlike this chasm they're fighting in.
It's like 50, it's like a football field wide and like 5 football fields deep.
Yeah, this is a hole they're in, supposedly.
It's just to be dramatic, but
yeah.
golly.
But that's too short. Like
they instantly fall.
The 3 balls of the city comes back down. 3 balls of light come together to eventually grab Buffa's wish. We see Buffa here. He gets both of the drivers. They go to make the wish. His wish is the power to destroy all Kamen Riders.
Yes.
And the 3 orbs, like I said, like slam together, make this shockwave. The Jamato of the past revive. And well,
that's weird.
Yeah.
That the Jamato of the past revived. That didn't happen with the regular Desire Grand Prix where the people died beforehand come back.
Because he won the Jamato Grand Prix.
Yeah, I guess the rules would be different then.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But after that, we get the typical like closing card of the episode, but this time it's this. This is the Desire Royale, that's right. And it's
from what you were telling me, it's in the movie?
So this is in the movie. This happens in the movie, and it's basically Battle Royale. Everybody for themselves. It's, what'd you say?
It's like
Ryuki, yeah. Then we get this shot because this episode ended like 3 times.
Yeah.
this new hooded figure. We see he has cores on the table.
Which we did see this hooded figure before when they transformed the navigator into the goddess of creation.
Yeah. Yeah, we see cores and he picks up the Geats one. And that was this episode.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Cool detail from before. We see two people that aren't supposed to be in this game right now. We see White Tiger and Punk Jack. Punk Jack was straight up murdered earlier on in this series. He blew up, and White Tiger is no longer a rider at this point in time. He's not in the Yamato Grand Prix. But I thought it was a cool little detail. From the preview that we see next week, we are going to have Mr. Black and Mr. White in the episode. That's not their names. I call them that because that's a reference to Johnny Test. If you remember that.
That's not their names?
No.
Okay.
They are in the next episode. Black Panther and White Tiger.
Yeah, so's Nago. I don't understand where she was this whole time. I don't think she lost.
No.
She wasn't in this game. I don't know why him winning this game, even though she's not destroyed, lets that happen. Like, I don't understand really what's going on. And I've seen from like people's responses, they're loving this. I don't understand what's going on with her. Somebody please enlighten me.
I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh.
But I understand what you're saying about Nago. It feels like she's just been shoehorned out of the show.
She's back next episode. We've seen that.
Right. But it just seems like it was convenient writing for her not to be on the island at all. And then for her not to even be like a contestant for this game, even though she is still a writer in the show.
Now, what's weird is she had like an album drop in real life, the actress.
What?
Like around the time she wasn't on the episodes. Don't know what kind of correlation that is because you don't film these episodes when they air.
Right.
So I don't know what happened there.
Just like how there wasn't any correlation between whenever Zine left and then in Japan, yeah. Zine was the actor was in a morning TV children's show. I don't know the name of it. Totally forgot. But yeah, he left the show for that little like 3 period time right now. And then he appeared on a children's show, like a morning talk show, something like that.
It is, I forget the name.
But yeah, we just saw that during the tweets. And I didn't know that about Neon, that she dropped an album. That's so cool. In between the time that she wasn't filming. That is weird. There's no correlation between that.
You know that song?
Yeah.
She covered it.
Did she?
I showed you TikTok where she did that dance, but it was her doing.
I remember now.
It was her song.
Uh-huh.
Give me. Keep vamping.
Oh, okay. I'm saying. I want to see what they do with Punk Jack. Obviously, he's not in the game anymore. He died, literally exploded. How are they going to explain that? I mean, we see Naj Sparrow right there. He's cool. He's all right. He's in the game still. Technically, whatever. But instead of putting Punk Jack there, they could have just put Black Panther. Because White Tiger's right there.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know what they're...
I don't know what. Maybe it was just an error. Like just a production error or something. Or maybe we'll see Punk Jack because... Yeah, his character was alright. It'd be okay to see him again, but... I just want to know why Punk Jack is there. That's still so confusing to me. Like, why he's dead. Like, straight up. Like, he wasn't turned into, like, bubbles. And he wasn't, like, part of a DGP game where, like, his hopes and dreams became the wish. Even though I guess they did, because that's what everyone that dies in the world happens. But regardless, he was, like... Crossfire, like he died accidentally. So how the hell did that happen? I'm getting myself worked up over nothing. This will get explained next episode. I like the episode. I like the fight in this episode. This Geats Buffa fight was probably the best, in my opinion, probably the best in the show. Um, Mainly because it was short and sweet. It just made the interactions between Buffa and Geats a lot more personal, a lot more intimate, I guess you could say, just because it was in a close, confined area. Some cool points that they did with their characters. Buffa uses his horns against Geats to like push his gun away. That's pretty cool. Like a bull. He doesn't really do that much in the show. Geats using obviously his Geats using Buffa's sword against him in the episode. That's really great. I know we've seen him do that before, but seeing him do it in this like close range, so much cooler with the sparks and everything. Like how you said, the practical effects. His Geats's 360 no scope jump shoot, that was so fucking cool. The shot where he just pops out of nowhere from the aisles or the columns that were in between there, that was so cool. And then the transition from Geats running on the walls to then Buffa catching him with the sword and slamming him on the ground, so cool. And then him kicking the sword again to do the power up to light the sparks again, so cool. Buffa would be such I love Buffa as like the character, like how he looks and how he acts per se. He'd be a much cooler character if he wasn't so I don't know, emo. I wish he had a more evil side to him, even though, you know, he does want to destroy all the riders. I wish he had a more
Buffa?
Yeah, Buffa.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, well, he's an asshole, but he's not evil. I mean, he was talking to Geats in the beginning of this episode, like, "Hey, man, don't run away from me. We're talking here. Fight me."
Oh yeah.
And Geats is like, "Oh no, I'm sad, man." And then Archmetal comes up, you know. But if Buffa was really about it, he just could hench in right there and then start fighting Geats immediately.
Yeah.
He's trying to like show it up, which I like, but I think Buffa would be a better character if he was just more evil in that sense.
Where's Nago though?
Yeah, where's Nago? All right.
I wanted to do this before we started talking about the episodes, but I was gonna bring up
What were you doing?
the comments from the last episode.
Oh, cool.
So
Wait. But what did you think about the episode?
It was cool. I want to see what they're gonna do for this, and where's Nago? That's my only thing, honestly.
That's your only thing?
That's all I'm thinking about. Yeah. Why was she not in these episodes? These past 2 episodes.
Well, just because she wasn't on the island. Just for writer's sake, she just wasn't on the island. She has no home. She went nomad with Kyun, and there you go.
Sure. I think it's because they wanted to get to this part of the story without getting rid of her yet.
Very plausible. She's a fan favorite, obviously.
I think Kay was more liked.
To be clear, it's Keiwa, Buffa, Nago, Geats.
For what?
My character ranking.
Oh.
Like one, like high to low.
Yeah.
I love Keiwa. He's the embodiment of a Kamen Rider.
Video playing.
And he's green.
Okay, so comments from last week's episode this concerning Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm.
There are none. The only comment we got was about the Sentai part, so cool. We can get into that.
That was really great.
I thought it was a good episode. I did like the fight between Geats and Buffa. I already said it. Where was she at, and what's next? The episode previews have kind of came out for the next episode.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna like what's going on with Nago. That's all I'll say. Okay.
I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know what he's talking about, but
next is Super Sentai.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and read a comment here left by GGCY. on last week's episode of the podcast.
People interactions.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
What'd you say?
I was about to say character interactions.
Oh, yeah. So in regards to last week's episode, where we talked about that episode of King-Ohger, been seeing discussions that GGCY says been seeing discussions that Kaguragi and Rita aren't really on Rakuel's side. They both hate his ass, but Rita isn't doing anything because they legally can't. They have no jurisdiction in Shukodam, have to remain neutral or something like that. And Kaguragi isn't doing anything because Kaguragi can blow up his country no sweat. And the duel is a proposal by Kaguragi so they could legally get Gira to kill Raklis.
Oh, hey, good points.
So they were kind of close in what happened in the episode.
Yeah. Good points.
We'll go over the episode. It opens with Rita telling everybody in the country that Raklis and Gira are about to throw it down, basically to the death, or whoever surrenders. So yeah, everybody's telling her, and we get some insane shots of Raklis on his throne. Gira, where he's at, he's locked up. They're basically going over the rules of the fight. Whoever loses has to, the winner gets to give the loser do whatever they want, basically. Like they get
they have to obey the command they deem
that's
fit.
what it is. Yeah. So of course the kids are protesting. This guy is still freaking here.
He's like number one instigator. He's number one Gira hater.
And then this guy would have, excuse me. You could have talked while I was yawning, man. You were just watching me on.
I'll just cut that.
You were just watching me on.
I sure was.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because I wanted you to finish whatever you were going to say. I didn't know you were going to say. One of Raklis is what? Fuck boys?
One of Raklis's dudes here. He's basically questioning why he would take this deal and why he would listen to Kaguragi. Because it, sort of assumed this plan for this death, fight to the death was his plan. Basically so that Raklis can get show his power again to his country and get rid of Gira. So while he's questioning Raklis sort of, threatens him with his sword. He says, wow, you must think you're pretty important to be giving advice to your king. So it basically shows how far off Raklis has gone. And I had to make sure I got this shot of him.
It's a good one.
Eyes wide open. Because, it looks like he's losing it.
He's off his rocker.
He's just, he really wants that power. After that declaration, Yanma is with his crew and they're sort of doing a rally cry for Gira.
Yeah.
But they're all actually on a call with each other. Kaguragi's with Himeno Ran, and Rita she has like her phone
audio only.
Yeah.
That's so Rita.
So we're trying to see why they're here together, and it has to do with the Scorpion again. They don't want this match to happen either, because if Raklis does win, then he'll have control over all the Shoe Gods, and Himeno Ran does not want that, because they know Gira can not control, but he can talk to them. So it'd be better to have him with the King-Ohger mech,
right,
than Raklis.
She says, "I want him."
Gira.
Yeah.
So that's the phone that Rita's listening the conversation on. And they go to visit, they're just talking, and he's basically like, hey, I bet you're gonna be on Raklis' side. There's so much for Kaguragi also wants to be on Raklis' side too. And she basically calls him out like, hey, so much for being
impartial,
and that Rita doesn't really respond to that, I don't think.
Yeah.
But here's where Himeno Ran basically says, Would you rather want him or Reckless?
Uh-huh.
Then we cut to the bad guys because, of course, and we meet this new bad guy who can actually turn into other people. He's like a chameleon changer guy, and he has the most delightfully awful voice.
I hate him already.
It is so creepy.
Whenever we watched the live
He kind of
viewing
talks
of
like
this,
this.
oh
He kind of
god!
talks real soft, but you can still hear him.
But he also has like a high pitched voice too.
Yeah, it's really creepy. Imagine that big guy talking like this.
God damn, I hate it.
Yeah, it's great.
Whenever he first came on, remember we were first watching it, me and Super Blastics both like visibly cringed.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Hearing his voice.
Yeah. Here. Mm-hmm.
But before that, Bugnarok has the scholar like that because he lost.
Death Rock.
Death Rock has him like that because he lost the scorpion soul.
Yeah.
Like he just gave it up, and he's like, "You think you lost this, and you still have the right to stand by me, dude?
Yeah.
Kidding me?" And we don't see anything that happens after that.
No. Oh, this is the scorpion.
Oh yeah.
Serum. Let me see what it looks like. And Rita's trying to find out more information about Gira the day he was kidnapped,
Mhm.
which is what the story is for between them, him and Reckless. And Gira doesn't remember. And Rita's basically like, usually,
she's asking about his kidnapping at the moment. Usually an equal duel is agreed by both parties.
mhm.
But in that situation, Gira didn't have a choice at all. So Rita's trying to gauge whether, it's a fair duel. She says, Rita says, if this isn't a fair duel, we have to how you say, punish Rackley's first before we can get this duel underway.
Yep.
We have to stop this before it can even happen.
Yeah.
Do you agree to that, Gira? Question mark, question mark, question mark?
She said that too.
Yeah, like in person.
Sorry, they said that.
There you go.
So Himenoran finds out that the serum that killed her parents was in fact the scorpion venom
Mm-hmm.
from the god scorpion.
100% match.
100% match, yeah.
Oh, that's a good shot.
So,
Yeah, that's a really good shot.
Reckless is laughing because he's like, yeah, I agree to. Sorry, Gira is laughing because I agree to this fight and all that comes with it.
He said, "You'd think I'd give away a shot to fight Rackley's," and he starts laughing.
And Kaguragi shows up again to Rackley's to a private meeting, and he shows him this fish and this serum. It's the one basically that we just saw with Himenoran. And he uses the serum on that fish in that bowl, and the water bubbles and the fish dies.
Oh man.
So Rackless is basically Kaguragi is offering Rackless this poison to kill Gira, so that he can dispose of gets done with faster.
Right. Kaguragi says, "You don't know what kind of criminal acts. You don't know what kind of acts this criminal will do against you. If he is a criminal, why not fight dirty?"
No, if you're fighting trash, why not fight dirty?
There you go. If you're fighting trash. God, so disrespectful.
So I don't get Kaguragi. This at the time felt like he still just up Rackless's ass.
Right.
So then we go to the actual fight, and Rita officiates it. Rita asks Rackless what his condition is if he wins, and he says he wants to expel Gira and have him spend the rest of his life in a cell. And then Gira's uh, demand is that he wants the throne if he gets a chance to win. If he wins, he wants to be the king. Look at those suspiciously varied in height soldiers behind Gira.
Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?
That's Star Wars, everybody.
Star Wars, everybody. Whoo! I did it.
Yeah, that's so obvious, but
Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?
so we finally get to see Rackless Henshin transform into King-Ohger.
Yeah.
Looks really clean, even though it's the same suit, just colored. That sword really does a lot, and the gold trim on his arms and legs really help. This looks really sick.
I think the crest is a big part of it too. Crest on his chest.
Yeah.
So good.
So they are fighting. It's really intense, and they're sort of leaving the battlefield. And Rita's gonna go follow them until these aforementioned guards push Rita to the side. Hey, look at that! It's the other King-Ohgers. So they have a plan. So while they're fighting, they anticipate that Rackless is going to use the poison on Gira.
Right.
And at that point, Rita's going to declare Rackless the winner. And these guys, as the guards, are going to go and pick up Gira, because if they assume he's dead, nobody cares, and they're just going to take him, and they're going to take him to someplace.
Yeah.
But this all hung on Kaguragi actually giving Rackless a fake venom, where it's just an anesthetic, where he passes out, basically just goes to sleep. So he swaps it out so that Rackless can hit Gira with what he thinks is poison, but it actually isn't. So we get to this area where Gira wakes up. He's confused, but realizes, hey, everybody's okay. He's thought to be dead, and he can basically not worry about being on the run and everything.
Right. It's their secret weapon.
Yeah. Then this dumb lunk, see, he's helping with their plan, but then he doesn't remember if he gave him the poison or not, because they look the exact same.
And he was supposed to put labels on them.
Yeah, and he didn't. So they look super concerned. Rita is super concerned. She's positive he's going to use it as well. So again, they're fighting, and they're about to go to another area. Just a lot of shots. Oh, as they're moving to the other area, we get a quick shot of Rackless's like cape, and you can see that he does have the vial in him in his pocket.
That's great concealment, by the way.
So while everybody runs off, Kaguragi stays behind, and he does this move where he smiles to himself. So did he or did he not give the right potion, the right vial? Maybe he was right. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe he just did that to distract them so he can do what he's about to do next.
Right.
I don't get this dude still. Is he an idiot or not? I don't know. So yeah, now we're in the quarry where we have the most Sentai fights.
Oh. And Gira's popping off on his dialogue,
and they're talking to each other because, yeah, Gira is basically saying, why are you so scared? None of your swings like feel as strong as they should be. You're not really coming at me.
He's not laughing about it.
If you think you're gonna win so bad, why aren't you laughing? If you think you're so certain, and you must have been scared of me back then to have like put me away and keep the throne from me so you can secure your spot and everything. That was getting under Rackless's skin.
Oh yeah.
So they were sort of giving their all, each of these guys.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Here we got Gira doing the awesome every Kabuto character should always do the Kuga pose. That's a rule in Tokusatsu now. I declared it. Look at that pose. That's Kuga, baby.
Because he's Kabuto.
Ooh, it looks so good.
No, he's not Kabuto. Sorry, he's Kuwagata.
Yeah, he's Kuwagata. But yeah,
he's doing that pose from
what?
Kamen Rider.
Yeah, he's doing Kamen Rider Kuga's pose.
Kuga.
Yeah, Kuwagata.
Yeah, he's doing that little
Awesome pose. In the fire, too. That's when he does it, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gushing over Kuga. It's my favorite writer.
So yeah, they continue the fight, and there's this really cool anime shot. Like straight up, this would be in an anime, 100%.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they're clashing, and just really cool shots of these fights.
Lightsabers. Back to Star Wars.
Lightsaber, Star Wars again. Star Wars last time. Star Wars this time.
Star Wars forever.
Out of nowhere, Yanma pops up, and he says he's gonna help Gira win.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna help save him, and that he's his best friend.
He's here to help.
So we know there's a monster that can mimic other people. So I mean, we know as the audience, but Rackless poisons this dude.
Like, just runs at him with the vial
and kills him. Basically, I don't know if we don't see him. No, he gets big.
Yeah.
But according to the TV that everybody was watching, because they're live streaming the fight, it looks like Gira was like saving or embracing a bad guy. So even further painting himself in a bad light.
In the bad light.
So it kind of looked like Rackless knew this was gonna happen.
A little bit, kind of like planned.
Yeah.
Kind of, sorta.
Kind of like maybe Kaguragi told him that it was actually gonna be. I don't know. Again,
things are happening. Things are lining up.
The fact that this guy didn't die maybe means that it was the sleep potion that he gave him. I don't know. So yeah, Kuwagata Rackless does his big blow on his little bro.
Oh.
And just then the bad guys, the little henchmen from the season, show up, and
the mooks.
These guys have to fight them. This is just a good shot of her. We see Kaguragi wandering around inside the Shugadam's palace, castle.
Inner area, sort of.
He sees something, and we don't know what it is yet. But yeah, Rackless hits Gira really hard, and everybody reacts to it. People are very, very, very happy. The kids are not. They're very upset and concerned. And here we can see him falling. And it turns out, nah, he's fine.
He's all right. He's okay, guys. He just fell off a cliff.
He didn't get anything vital damaged, which was like something that was pointed out.
Rackless hit him, but he didn't hit anything vital.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, because it's gonna. I mean, I can assume they're trying to paint Rackless a little better now,
right?
Like I said, he's a toy. They're trying to sell these toys. But there was a good line here from Himeno Ran where she was like, "Get up."
Oh yeah.
Get up! I know you can get up. I worked on you. You can get up.
Yeah,
just get up, dude. Kind of like how she did with the girl in her episode. In the wheelchair.
Goddamn, she's so sure of herself.
Yeah, she's like, dude, shut the hell up. Get up.
Get up. I know you can get
Stop
up.
playing. I worked on you.
And Tombo, right after that, says, dude, how does it feel to lose and then everyone thinks you're dead? How does that feel? Kind of cocky, smirking like. Pretty funny. We sort of see all of them gathered up around him. You know, like as you would. Super anime like.
Yeah. In their full costumes. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So yeah. That big monster, the monster from before, is now big, and he's ravaging the country. But Kaguragi says, well, for now you're gonna have to worry about living with the dead. Basically, he's gonna play dead for now. But Kaguragi stops him from going up there because I think he knows the threat's going to be handled.
Right.
So here's the monster doing Attack on Titan.
Super Attack on Titan. I love it.
Something comes to attack just as Rackless was about to summon his King-Ohger copy. But we see that this monster was taken down by the god Grasshopper.
The last shoe god.
And that's the last legendary shoe god, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of those 3 that were put away. And that is the episode. What did you think?
Oh man, this was so good, so anime. I loved the fighting in it. The character dialogue, Gira's still up to his usual butthole self, like how he usually is. Rackless is really starting to like ramp up in his evilness, not evilness, in like his craziness. Like obviously he doesn't want to hurt his brother, as we see at the end of the episode. He hit him so hard that he fell off the cliff, slashed him totally, but not so much that he hit anything vital? Question mark. And what Gira was talking about before, how Rackless is scared of Gira. He was so scared that he had to have him relocated and kidnapped or whatever when 15 years ago at the Fury of the Gods natural disaster. Rackless was so afraid of him then that he had to get rid of him at that time. And that was really getting under Rackless' skin. I want to see what they do with him after this episode. I'm assuming now that in his eyes, in Rackless' eyes, he did kill Gira. I want to see how he reacts to that, how much more crazy he gets because of that.
Yeah. I mean, seeing Gira raise his sword at his own man,
yeah,
that was intense. It's, again, just shows more about where Gira's at.
Mm-hmm.
Grasshopper, that's a really cool debut.
Yeah.
I really, 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 really like about this guy. You can see the clips for when it combines to other parts of King-Ohger.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that. You can see his head splits open.
Oh yeah, with the little
hinges right there.
Uh-huh.
You can see the clip right there, right under his eye. I love seeing that stuff.
Yeah, the toys, baby.
Because they're toys. They're for sale. You better buy it.
They're for sale. Actually, not really. They're not in the stores right now.
Yeah, not yet. Oh, maybe they are
in Japan.
Yeah, I know the mini plot for this comes out later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did like this episode. It was fun. It was good. I do think I mentioned at the very beginning of the episode, this is unlike Sentai. It's reminding me of Dawn Brothers.
Yeah.
That is hilarious, but there's a storyline that's going continuously.
Uh-huh.
Traditional Sentai, even Zenkaiger, especially Zenkaiger, you can watch a random episode.
Uh-huh.
And just that's fine.
That's good.
Because a random episode will be about, like, and again, this is past Sentai 2, Time Ranger, Shin Kamen Rider, whatever. One of the Rangers has to learn a lesson, and they run into a kid who also needs to learn a lesson. And through meeting each other and talking, and then the monster shows up, and maybe the monster threatens the kid or whatever.
Maybe the monster is the kid.
Yeah. The ranger that had to learn a lesson learns his lesson, and he's the one who takes the final blow on the monster. That's a lot of what Sentai used to be. This one, there is still a monster of the week, but it's so it feels afterthoughty, kind of like in Dawn Brothers.
Right.
In Dawn Brothers, we did have a monster of the week every week, but it didn't really hold to the rest of the story.
Right.
More to that, in Dawn Brothers, we don't know why each of the monsters was based on a past Sentai.
Yeah, that was okay.
It didn't matter because the story of Dawn Brothers was the story of Momotaro.
Don Momotaro?
Yeah, Don Momotaro, and his companions and all that. And then this one, the story is about Gira, his brother, and these countries and all that. So it makes me happy to see that it does look like they sort of took the right lessons from Dawn Brothers and implemented them here into King-Ohger.
Uh-huh. The gears are turning.
The gears are turning.
the story, the type of stories that they're portraying is progressing.
Yeah. And this is number 47. So 48, 49, 50, 3 years until 50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no doubt in my mind that we'll get to that. But I want to see how they carry this new energy they've got with these episodes in the future, because I definitely think they're doing a great job. Again, making it Sentai, but changing it enough to get a lot of people interested. Because Dawn Brothers was really popular when it was airing.
Yeah,
I think this is doing its job as well because of just the intrigue, and I had mentioned before comparisons to like Game of Thrones and stuff.
Yeah, you did say that in the beginning.
I think this is doing a really good job of what it's supposed to be doing, revitalizing the Sentai engine.
From what I saw on Twitter, this might be wrong, but what I saw on Twitter was that Dawn Brothers was the first Sentai in the past 5 years, as it was airing, that was making positive revenue for the toy sales and everything going into Sentai, going to Toei.
No, it's always positive.
It's always positive?
Lose money. They don't lose money on this. They would have.
So what was that from?
Canceled. I think it's just more. It's like
just more than
better profit. Yeah, better than usual. I hope it's not like negative that they lost money.
That's what
Kira Major.
That's what I thought from the from the tweet. I thought it said is old memory information, but I thought it said that Dawn Brothers was the first in a few years that Sentai was in the positive.
Dawn Brothers was debuting their toys at number 1 a lot, which took a while for. Like, I don't think Kira Major did that with any of their mech.
People in the comments, correct me, please.
Yeah, Dononi Taijin, that robot, did huge for Dawn Brothers. Because it was huge physically, and it was very posable. Remember, that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then King-Ohger is also very posable.
Yeah, so it's steady incline.
Yeah.
Steady incline.
I think I'm really looking forward to what's coming next. I think you are too.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got to cut this episode now.
Okay.
Because I could feel my voice going.
Oh, no, dude.
And I had said before, off the air, I think I'm getting sick, and I think I'm getting sick. So do you have any final thoughts?
I would like to see... God, I'd like to see the down spiral of Rackley's. I know how you've been saying before that this is a toy commercial, and that this Ranger is here to be a part of the team, hopefully, and that they're here to sell that character. Yeah. But I really just want to see how much they put this character Rackley's in such a downward spiral of craziness in his character and like madness.
Yeah.
Because I think he's the most interesting character in the story right now. Just with his background and everything.
Rackley's did get a YouTube spinoff thing that we can't watch. No. It came out. We can't watch it because it's region locked. So I'm waiting to watch that when the subs come out for it, hopefully. But we can watch that and either incorporate it into the next episode of the podcast or just have a special episode about it. But yeah, we are aware that's a thing and we really need to watch it. We just can't right now.
Right. Region lock. We need NordVPN.
Even if we had that, we wouldn't know what we don't. We need to read the subs.
True.
Thank you everybody for watching. Wish me luck that I don't get that I don't wake up sick tomorrow. I think it's gonna happen. Yeah. Thank you everybody for listening. I've been Super Blastex. You can find me everywhere, Super Blastex, and on TikTok, the Super Blastex.
And I have been Toku Tony. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Toku Tony. On Twitter, I am Tony Toku.
Leave us comments. We want to talk to you.
Hell yeah.
We'll read them out on here. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Bye.